is no separation between the struggle for Palestinian rights and the struggle for equality for black people, or for the rights of Roma, or for justice for poor people, or for women's liberation, and I could go on and on.
Allegations are A, made anonymously, and B, if not proven, the alligator doesn't have to pay any cost. I mean, there is no, it is simply free for all.
We have a mainstream narrative about Labour anti-Semitism, which is uncontested, as far as I can see. Uncontested. I've never seen such a one-sided narrative. And I thought somebody has to make a film that at least asks questions that might push back against that narrative. The film is not there to say there is no anti-Semitism on the left, as in on the right and everywhere else. And nor is it saying that every single instance is a smear. But we know there are smears, and hopefully the film demonstrates that. And rather than journalists or politicians just dismissing any attempt to call it a smear as mischief, it's to say, well, actually there are some smears. There's quite a lot of them. They're demonstrable, and people need to ask why that is happening.
This is an opportunity. We're at a juncture where I think people really have to make a decision about what to do about this. Because I think this witch hunt, with all of the elements that it contains, both the kind of Israeli state and pro-Israeli elements and the elements on the right of society in this country, if they're allowed to continue with this method of silencing people, of making people and issues toxic, it just won't stop. It will become a tried and tested method that can then be used to dismantle other progressive causes.
What I think our research showed is that they really fall under three categories. One is a distortion in accuracy. One of the things that I think did, or at least contributed, to the injustice that was faced by Jackie and others is the way in which statements are taken out of context, are very often egregiously misquoted, or even just the subtlest change or manipulation of one word here and there, or a change in the order of the lexicon of the sentence, dramatically changes the meaning, dramatically divorces it from the context, and paints a completely inaccurate and misleading picture of what was there.
I'm going to have to really ask you to stop.
And the second thing is omission, right? And omission of sources who are challenging these narratives. And we can all play a part in that, not just on social media, but in radio phone-ins, in letters to the editor. I do believe that they make some small difference, inch by inch.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Very briefly, I'm not optimistic about resolving the conflict in the Middle East, but I am optimistic about the task here. It is made easier by events, by, for example, the developments in Israel itself. It is going to be harder and harder to stand by the present state of Israel to defend what it is doing. It is so egregious that I think events will speak for themselves and people will not listen to the lies.
If they can do this now with Corbyn, and we are so silenced by this, then the Corbyn project has no hope. That is the bottom line. So in the CLPs, when you're told to be quiet and to cooperate, and when Momentum tells you, but don't rock the boat because the newspapers, you need to rock that boat.